Welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. It is unseasonably beautiful weather in my part of the world. Hope it is likewise wherever you are beaming in from on this fabulous Monday afternoon. We've got a afternoon packed of company, football chat, FM23 knocking around in the background as well. We've got several of our familiar favourites in already. We are on a charge in our FM23 save to try and get back to the division that we were in last season that I could have got promoted out of if I'd have just stuck around at Birmingham. But we're at QPR and we are loving life, and we're going to try and bring you some more games this afternoon, starting off with a fixture against bottom of the table Northampton. Hopefully all is well with the technology. Ed, you scared me a little bit with problems with the stream. I'm not experiencing any. Hopefully you're not as well. Welcoming Craig first in the stream this afternoon. Craig's side, by the way, if you don't follow English lower league football, we're in action in the League Two playoffs yesterday evening. They suffered a 1-0 defeat to Bradford, all to play for in the second leg, so good luck to Carlisle in that one. We've got FM Got No Game, who, if you're not aware, is a fellow Football Manager creator with a save with University College Dublin, who in real life are bottom of the top division in Ireland. Check out his save. In fact, click on his avatar right now, go to his channel, subscribe, and line up his latest video to treat yourself with as soon as this stream is over. We've got Ed beaming in as well. By the way, Ed, where are you in the world at the moment? Because I know you travel around Asia a little bit. You like to see the sights. We've got Rob Dunn in with us, and Rob has won a cheeky little bet with Sweden being the Eurovision winners. Well done on that. You did tell us that was your bet, and you were right. Monkey in the Fog, given the title, are we watching Nibsy do the foxtrot? Not with his injuries, we're not. More likely to see the Bobster bopping? Potentially, although the Bobster's not been in the greatest of form. We'll show you that soon. We've got Simon, clearly not a One Direction fan. Don't worry, Simon, they've broken up now. Their history. Their history. One for you One Direction fans there. Monkey in the Fog hitting the like in advance. Let's do an early check, shall we? Let's have a little look. 8 likes. 8 likes from 18 viewers. It's a reasonable ratio. I wouldn't say I'm blown away by that, but hey, we'll take it. Beggars of this scale certainly cannot be choosers. Nigel is with us. Just made it in time. Nigel, it's never anything short of an absolute pleasure when a gentleman like yourself joins us for a live stream. So welcome in. Ed, heat wave in Southeast Asia. Come on, hit us with a temperature, Ed. You're at Singapore this week, Malaysia next week, Indonesia for July. Tell us how hot it is in your part of the world, Ed. Make us all jealous. Talis is with us. Sean Hammond is with us. And it's never anything short than a pleasure to have those two squirrels with us. And David Hall joins us. How is our day, David? Ours is buoyant, I would say. Out of 10, I'm going to pitch it as a cheeky 9.17. Let me know how your days are going. Yes, I know it's Monday, but you're talking to a man who walked away from his career for the second time on Thursday. So he's loving life today. I've done a couple of hours of tutoring of students this morning. Spot of lunch with Mrs. Llama. A couple more hours of tutoring after today's stream. And then the day is mine from 7 p.m. and life is beautiful. Let's start today's stream by jumping over into the game, and we are going to catch you up. Okay, brace yourselves. We're taking on bottom of the table Northampton Town today. We are top of the table. Look at that. 8-point gap down to the Stags of Mansfield. Look at the gap to Cheltenham. That's 15 points. So we are looking good. As we pause, because a hero of the stream has entered the arena.
Evening, everybody.
Benjamin Bessemer, you fine figure of a man. Thank you for joining us on a Monday afternoon. We hope that you are well, sir. Shall we show you some form? He says nonchalantly, hello, look at the state of this. 11 league victories in a row. Add in, well, they're calling that penalty shootout win over West Ham a victory. I think that's a little generous. But we've won in the FA Cup first round. We've won in the FA Cup second round. We've also won in the Papa John's Trophy. Nobody really cares too much. Qualifying Southern second round section bottom. So we are doing very well. We're playing bottom of the table Northampton today. So you know what's going to happen. And I thought you might quite like seeing me slip up against bottom of the table Northampton, who have been promoted to League One as, did they come runners up in League Two or third placed in League Two, I think. But they are up regardless, so they must have a few decent players in real life. But in 2029, 2030, that's all deserted them because they are rooted to the bottom of the table. Hazard is in as well. Caught you on your lunch break. How are we doing? Still hurt that we left the Blues. I know, but it was the morally just thing to do, wasn't it? And Hazard, welcome in.
Need everybody.
Hazard, we could be getting new owners here, couldn't we? Real life news for Birmingham. It looks like these new owners are about to buy 46% of the club. We're braced for impact. I'm not expecting a huge amount of money to be spent during the off-season because, off the latest Hazard, we got a 2-point suspended deduction. And if we go over financial fair play, we're going to lose 2 points next season. And I think I've seen somebody on Twitter do some sums there. It means that we can't spend we can't spend too much money during the transfer window, maybe 4 million tops. Roy, the life enjoyer. Roy, that is the most affirmational username I have seen anybody have on YouTube. You're new round here, but have one of these anyway.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Just because you've got such a great username, that lifts the spirits, doesn't it? Roy, the life enjoyer. Are you indeed called Roy? And are you enjoying life? I especially enjoy that little exclamation mark in life there, just giving it that little bit of, urban chic, and I love it. Benjamin, you're doing very well. You're on the road to recovery after a 3-day work weekender with, whoa, Benjamin, a late night drinky in between. You scoundrel, you. Come on, Benjamin, we feel like we need to know a little bit more. Where were you? Were you on Woking Town Centre? Where were you enjoying a cheeky beverage? Hazard, we're going to be champions of everything in no time. By no time, if you mean the next 4 years, possibly. Roy the Life Enjoyer, yes, loving life. Last name was Roy the Soccer Freak. Current one is better. I would agree with you, Roy. And welcome into the stream. If you've watched before, fabulous. I don't remember you introducing yourself in the chat before, but you are absolutely more than welcome. It's a great bunch of people that we have in here talking football, talking FM, and I apologise, occasionally descending into chat about biscuits and Eurovision and Formula One occasionally, where I can add absolutely nothing. Ed, the green is real, my friend. Not just that. I'm quite pleased that we're collecting a few clean sheets as well, because you'll remember, Simon will remember better than most, I'm pretty defensively set up. I've got this brace of defensive midfielders, which I've tweaked a little. Not a lot, but I've changed my Segundo Volante, which all of the best teams in League 2 football are playing. I've changed it to attack rather than support, and I've pushed my winger onto attack as well, just to try and keep teams on their toes. Very rarely have I had to switch to the Freddie Prinze Jr. this season. The Winona Ryder has been doing the job, so we're pretty happy with that so far. Speaking of getting the job done, here is Poland's leading Legia Warsaw supporting, DJing amazing KD3.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome into you, sir. Good morning for you. A cheeky lunchtime afternoon for us. We are struggling with injuries a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Sir Harvey Nibbs is out. Now we've got Jamie Bowden, who's just been sent home with a virus. We've got the Bobster that's been struggling for fitness. The Bobster, by the way, let's show you behind the curtain here. Don't think the Bobster's been doing great for form either. We've had one good performance in the last 5. Otherwise, not great from the Bobster. And I spent big by League 2 standards, 800 smackaroos in. So I'm not at all confident in the Bobster right now, but we've got a few players that we're just kind of rotating in and out because we've been playing a lot of games, struggling for a little bit of fitness. So we're going to try and keep things nice and fresh today. I think we can go with almost our first choice lineup. I'm going to go with Saiz ahead of the Bobster. I'm also going to go with Jebberson ahead of everybody's favourite drummer, Tommy Lee. Not done an awful lot this season, old Jebberson, until the last game where I bought him in. Gave him a little bit of chat, actually, about how he'd been pretty poor the last couple of games. And he stuck 2 goals away for us. I'm hoping he's going to carry that on this afternoon. Isaac Lockett, you absolutely wonderful human being, you.
Evening, everybody.
Great to see, as Ed rightly points out, Football Manager's leading data analyst in the chat. Is there a better person to spend your Monday afternoon with than Isaac Lockett? I think not. Benjamin, Benjamin got carried away. You got the Pepsi Max Cherry in, did you? Don't drink much alcohol. I'm with you, Benjamin. Don't drink any myself. You're at your local Weatherspoons. I'd imagine you're still stuck to the carpets then, aren't you? With a couple of colleagues. One of them is moving to a different store. They got hammered. You, more sensible. KD3, 2 p.m. here. You just started breakfast, such is the life of a DJ, KD3. Ed, we just need the tactical guru to come in. We have a few tactical gurus that drop by. Stinger occasionally. Mike occasionally. Out of interest, where is Saiz on loan from? He was on loan at Bromley last season, our former club. But his parent club is Burnley, actually. Has he actually got any game time for Burnley? No. He's got what? 1 sub appearance. He touched down in Burnley, 2.1 million move from Atletico Nacional, and then he played 10 minutes for Burnley, and then they bombed him out on loan to Colombia twice, then to Bromley, then to QPR. Let's ignore the size of this loan fee, please. I don't want anybody to look at that. Where are Burnley in this universe, Isaac? Just north of Manchester. Hey, no, sorry. You mean where are they in terms of their league positions? Well, we can have a look at that as well. They're Premier League. They're struggling, but they're Premier League. Somebody called Darren Ryan is in charge. Who are you, Darren Ryan? What do we want to see? Milestones. At Taffs Wells. All right. Airbus. Okay. Wolves under 18. Wolves assistant manager. Became Tottenham assistant manager. Then assistant manager at Burnley. Oh, he's caretaker. He's caretaker. They've sacked somebody because they are 19th. What's going up here, by the way? Middlesbrough in the Prem. Forest, Bournemouth, Fulham, Brighton, Reading are in the Prem. Southampton still knocking around. Look at Liverpool, though. They're on a bit of a tear-up, aren't they? 2 Man City wins and then 4 titles straight for Liverpool. This kid looks like he can still score. 29 years old. Oh, not electrifying. Not electrifying, old Erling Haaland. He's certainly no Carlito Pelk. Oh my goodness, Carlito Pelk. Have I just seen Endrick top of the goal scoring charts as well? Goodness me. Have you heard of this player? He's 23 years old. You've probably not heard of him. Somebody should make a Wonder Kids video about him. Oh, that's right. FM Scout have made about 12. He looks like he could be good, doesn't he? He looks like he could be good. Anyway, Ed, you're very well. Unfortunately, still not absorbing data that well. You'll get there, Ed. If I can go into the data hub, not turn around and walk straight out again, anybody can. Nigel, you're just starting your breakfast too. A retired person's breakfast time. Very sensible, Nigel, I would say. Have we had a look around at this, how this football universe is actually shaping out? Shall we do a little tour of Europe? Shall we treat ourselves? Shall we head to Spain, first of all? One of the nations that might be on our... Sorry, not Sky Bet League 2, of course. Yeah, Spain. One of the nations that's on our list, La Liga Santander. Ooh. It's not all been the big two. Real Madrid won, what's that, 5 on the bounce? Then Barcelona, then Atletico. And then Real Madrid are back of the top of the charts again, but Villarreal are pushing them. Sociedad and Valencia are up there as well. Barcelona. Oh, what's that? 8 points off the summit of the table. Good seasons for Tenerife. Mallorca, the island clubs are absolutely smashing it. Ibiza are up there as well. We would love Rayo Vallecano to get relegated. Then we could take charge of them in the second tier. Richarlison is top scorer for Sociedad, having had a little spell at Manchester United, Atalanta, Nottingham Forest. Did he ever score a league goal for Spurs? Hey, he did. He did. Okay, Spain ticked off. Where do we go next? Where do we go? Shall we hit Serie A, people? Come on, let's get in there. We want to keep an eye on these Roman clubs because they are the ones that we have, well, aspirations of managing someday. We've got Juve, Inter, Milan, Napoli, Milan, all topping the charts. What have we got going on, though? Citadella, where on earth have these squirrels come from? Nice little main stand. They find themselves in the relegation dogfight in Serie A. Perugia are up there as well. Let me just have a little look at this. They've gone from Serie B down to Serie C, back to Serie B, and they are now in Serie A for Perugia, doing very well. Let's catch up on the chat. Where are we, people? Where are we? Fulham doing well. Are they, Benjamin? I missed them. With your affinity for Norway, do we need to have a celebratory stream on Wednesday? It's their national day, big traditional day of celebrations. Okay, let's brand Wednesday, 1 p.m. as Norway Day. By the way, look at the hills around the Perugia Stadium. That's hitting me for a save idea straight away. Look at that backdrop. Simon, save ideas. Best stadium locations. Is there any legs in that? Is there any legs? We've already covered Como, so they're out. There's one in Croatia that's set into a castle, isn't there? Oh, that could be good. Ed, sad for the Saints in real life. James Ward-Prowse finally moving on. Yeah, see whether Sean agrees with me here. I think he's replacing Declan Rice at West Ham. See what you think. See what you think. Do you agree? Endrick did not go to Real. Ibiza in La Liga. The Sleeping Dragoon, your membership of the Llama Army is renewed for a third month. You are an absolute stalwart, Dragoon. Thank you for that.
Afternoon, everybody.
Talking of stalwarts, Jackie, Mr. Truth, Pokes, all with us.
Afternoon, everybody.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Pokes, you wordsmith, you, Mr. Truth. No, you are the Master Truth. Thank you for joining us. Jackie, the Llama Queen. Tell me, Jackie, have we started our new job yet? Have we started our new role? Are you in your new job now? Hope it's going well for you. Isaac, Catanzaro FC as well. Did I miss them? Are they in Syria? Oh my goodness, where have they popped up from? Let's get into the competitions, the domestic leagues. So they start FM23 in Serie C, 4 years in Serie B, then relegated. Then they've bounced up. They've done the double bubble. Serie C, Serie B, now in Serie A, they're 14th. What a story that is. They're on a poor run, not 1 in 5, but they're rubbing shoulders with Milan and Juve. Beautiful stuff. We've got Roma, we've got Lazio. Oh, lovely stuff. Where are we in the chat? Sleeping Dragoon, no. We've not gone to Spain. Don't worry. Adam Robertson, did Jay Bothroyd pay for Perugia? Amongst others. Last time I heard of Jay Bothroyd, wasn't he out in Japan playing? Simon is already thinking anything in the Faroes, unfortunately not playable. Monkey in the Fog, Braga set into the hillsides. Perfect. By the way, you mentioned beautiful stadiums, and who rears their rather beautiful head?
Afternoon, everybody.
Greeno eats, you absolute rapscallion. A stalwart of the Football Manager community. Beautiful that you grace us with your presence on a Monday afternoon, no less. Here's a man that's been to some European football stadiums, by the way. Beautiful stadium locations video does have legs. You did one for the old FM network. Who ran that, Greeno? Which hack was running that channel? And it was your second most viewed ever FM video afternoon. All, by the way, Greeno, feel free to whisper in Simon's direction who we might be looking at for our most beautiful Football Manager stadiums. Keith Tinker, this is your first time watching. Welcome in, Keith. Let us know if you're happy to engage in the chat where you are watching from today and which football team you are a follower of. We are currently managing QPR in England's League 2, but the goal of the save, Keith, is that we're trying to win Europe's Big 5 leagues, only managing clubs from the capital cities. And the chat are making me do a little tour of the countries that we have loaded up just to see what's been going on in the football landscape. Liga Santander Germany is not what I wanted to write. Let's get into the Bundesliga, where, this is going to make things pretty challenging when we finally pitch up in the Bundesliga, isn't it? Bayern Munich have now won the last 408 Bundesliga titles. They are 4 clear of Stuttgart, 5 clear of Borussia Dortmund. Are there any smaller teams mixing it? Darmstadt are there. Jan Regensburg are there. Oh, my favourite football club. Oh, possibly ever. Possibly ever. Imagine a save at FC St. Pauli. Imagine strutting your stuff at the Milan Tour, home to 29,546 passionate supporters, and you get to wear brown kits. Oh, one day, St. Pauli, one day, we will be united, I'm sure. Catanzaro are the 1972 Anglo-Italian Cup opponents for Carlisle, along with Roma. Came away with 3 wins and a draw. Good knowledge. Monkey in the Fog from a memory. A lovely view of the Cathedral of Lincoln from the top of the Sinsel Bank. Noted. Thank you. Simon Thorney, you were wondering about the morality of just copying Greeno Eats. I have to imagine somebody as cordial as Greeno would encourage it. Keith, you're in Gloucester, but a Gill supporter. Keith, I grew up not a million miles away from your neck of the woods. I grew up in Worcester. I've been down to Gloucester a few times. My brother lives in Somerset, down in Kongsbury, which again, not a million miles from you. But I imagine you're an exile if you're a Gills fan, aren't you? Adam Robinson is watching from Cov, not a million miles away from where I am now, Adam. I'm just the other side of rugby. Are you a Cov fan? 0-0 draw yesterday against Middlesbrough, all to play for in the second leg. By the way, we've got one more country to look at, haven't we? And then we've got to play a little bit of Football Manager. We're 29 minutes into the stream, people. 29 minutes in. Okay, we're looking at France, not the Coupe de France. We're looking for Ligue 1 as Benjamin Bessemer becomes a member of the Llama army again, Benjamin. Your generosity, Benjamin, is bordering on the ridiculous and never taken for granted, by the way, young man. You are an absolute stalwart of the stream. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Your generosity, hugely appreciated. Thank you very much for your kindness. Benjamin, you just checked and Jay did play for Perugia. And yes, his last club was Japanese. It's all up there somewhere, Benjamin. It just rattles around a little bit in no particular order. Okay, we're into France. We're looking for Ligue 1. Uber Eats League 1. Where? Whoa. Join me up here. It's not been all PSG. Monaco have broken up their near total domination. Not this season. Monaco are down in 5th, unfortunately. PSG managed by Spalletti. Interesting. Kylian still there at 31 years old. Far better scoring record than Erling Haaland. Although I guess Haaland might be playing against some better defenders. And we discussed him on Friday, didn't we? Who could be the star signings of next summer was our discussion point during halftime on Friday. I bought you Elia Wahi, 26 years old now in 2029. He's only just moved from Montpellier to Nice. In real life, that boy can play. Rodrigo's knocking around there as well. Vitinha's moved from PSG to Nice. Well, did he not? I thought he played for PSG, Vitinha. No. Played for Spurs from Braga, apparently. Okay, what else have we got going on in the chat? Isaac, sorry for taking Llama on a journey. Oh, yes, this is all your fault, Isaac. I forgot that. Could just watch this all day looking at the different stories. Benjamin Bessemer, there was no Union Berlin. Well, come on, Benjamin. Seeing as you ask, where are they? Union are 3rd in Bundesliga 2. They are gunning for promotion a long time. Schalke 04, Fortuna Düsseldorf, 68 München, Hansa Rostock, Morecambe are all gunning for promotion. Who's going down? Ingolstadt 04, Magdeburg, Eintracht Braunschweig. All of them struggling this season. Oh, 68 München. What another club that we could manage. We probably want to be looking at our Berlin clubs, don't we? At 3rd place, we want them to fall out of the playoffs, stay down there and potentially sack their manager, don't we really? And where are Hertha Berlin? Mid-table. We would never get that job. We'd net 4-star. Never going to happen. What? At Union, 3-star. What are we looking at ourselves? Come on now. 2. Promotion at the end of this season? You never know. We want to check out, by the way. Where are our Parisian clubs in the French league system? Let's get into Ligue 2. Help me find them. Paris FC, mid-table in Ligue 2. I like that. That would be a nice little place to pick them up, take them into Ligue 1 and try and overthrow PSG. Oh, Red Star. Oh, Red Star built a new stadium. Not sure why. It's only 7,500 capacity. But, oh, what I wouldn't give to manage Red Star. Another great left-wing club. We would love it. What do we got? Marshall McDonald. Welcome in, Marshall. Bayern have this in a chokehold until we take over Union, and then we'll get them. We'll go get them. Adam Robertson, you are a Rangers fan, but you do look out for Cov. Did Rangers get a 3-0 win against Celtic? Did I see that at the weekend? I was out and about a lot at the weekend. Tell me if I'm right or not. Keith, born and bred in Kent, moved to Gloucester to be closer to your dad, who moved up here 20 years ago. Beautiful stuff. Keith, you'll have to tell me a little part of Gloucester that you're from there. You're actually from the city? Or are you from Gloucestershire? Because I may well have been there. Marshall, Bothroyd, XQPR. We've come full circle. I tell you what, thanks for keeping me on track there, Marshall. Should we actually play some Football Manager? Should we get out there? Taking on bottom of the table Northampton Town, only 35 minutes into the stream. Standard operations if you're new around here, by the way. You're in Tukers, Keith. I know Tukes. So, Keith, you'll know where I went to school, because it ain't that far from Tewkesbury. I went to school in Pershore, Keith. I didn't grow up in Pershore, but that's where I went to school. What's Pershore to Tewkesbury? 25 mins, maybe? Great to see you in. Great to see you in. What else we got going here? We got Pokes. What a German accent. Pokes. GCSE German. Pokes, you see. GCSE German. Got an E. You never forget the language, do you? Never forget it. JM Thoughts, you absolutely rambunctious individual, you.
Evening, everybody.
Thoughtsy, we are absolutely here to turn your Monday around. In fact, it's our sole reason for streaming this afternoon. What have you got to be blue about, though, Thoughtsy? I mean, the football season's over. The Wombles stayed up. You're loving life, aren't you? We're doing well. We're on a good run. Let's keep that up, shall we? Terrible team talk. Northampton have got... Northampton Town. Northampton Town might be wearing some custom kits Talis made for FC veterans. Never mind. It's all very fluid here. Isaac Lockett. That is a 2 Bundesliga, or a Bundesliga 2. Oh, nearly conceded early there. That was not a bright start, was it? 3 shots already for Northampton Town. Need to buck our ideas up. Fellows has clearly picked up a little knock. A little bit more from you boys, please. 5 shots, only 1 on target. An XG of 0.36. Top of the table playing bottom. Here we go. This is more like it. Bugsy Burrows. To Saiz, a player who's on loan and I'm paying way too much money for him. 2 bookings already for our boys, by the way. Here is Saiz into the box. Harry Maguire kicks it away. Come on, Burrows. Quality delivery now. Crossing a 12. Here it goes. Yes! First goal of the stream. And a nice one as well. Morgan Whittaker. By the way, Benjamin Bessemer, you were petitioning for more game time for Morgan Whittaker. And he's been getting it. And he's been chipping in with a few goals. So well done, Benjamin, for that. Greeno, with that pronunciation, Llama is a shoo-in for the role of Colonel von Strom in his local Amdram production of Allo Allo. Greeno, we thank you. I'll keep you posted. Dragoon, going to break the Bayern streak by hook or by crook. Mainly crook, I would imagine. But yes, we're going to go to Germany and we're going to beat Bayern. We're then going to go to France and we're going to beat PSG. And Take Me to the Breach is in. Now we're playing some football. Now we're playing a little bit. Nice little move here as well. Here's JWM to Jebster. Cheeky little ball through. Whittaker with the assist. Take Me to the Breach. Chips it over the goalie. We are rolling now. Fabulous. Thoughtsy. In my opinion, you should be able to manage Barca as the capital of Catalonia. Thoughtsy. I'm already on very thin ice having taken charge of Birmingham. I daren't stray from the remit again. Ed Alolo brings back the memories. Thoughtsy, tough time at work. Womble stayed up. Should have been promoted, or at least close. He only stayed up by a point. Fun fact, the fan-owned club currently rioting against the fan board. That's what we like to see. Angry people. It's like going on Football Manager Twitter, isn't it? Oh, hang on. I've not done my team talk. It's only half time. All right. Come on, put on a real show out there. That's motivated the boys. How is Tom Fellows with his little knock? He's hurt himself, bless him. Malachi Boateng not playing well and is a shoo-in for a sending off there. So let's get Keanu barefoot and pregnant on. Come on, Keanu. Let's see what you've got. Keith Tinker, you're 20 mins from Pershore. Great little town. There you go, Keith. There you go. I used to strut my stuff around the mean streets of Pershore when I was a handsome youth. Not a lot to do in Pershore, to be honest, but it's where we used to go out. And, goodness me, they are all rolling in this afternoon. Welcome in. We said we were after a tactical genius.
Afternoon, everybody.
We've got the next best thing. Stinger's with us. Benjamin Bessemer, welcoming him in. Good to see you, Stinger. Hope your carpet dilemmas are going well. Stinger, by the way. Big house move on Friday. He gets the keys to his new gaff. And then he will be... I'd imagine he'll be spending the weekend sorting out his streaming setup, which is always an absolute nightmare of epic proportions. Poor old Stinger has moved out of his house, moved in with his parents, had to set up a temporary streaming setup, which did a very good job, by the way. He laid a little bit of plyboard over, a workbench and was streaming from there, and you'd never know. Now he's moving house on Friday and he's got to go through it all again. Tough times there. Tough times. Got no game. Don't forget, we have to take down Gerard too. Yeah, he's living off our accomplishments. Do you know what I reckon's going to happen, Got No Game? We're going to get QPR promoted to League One. We'll stick with them. We'll get them into the Championship. We'll move on to Union Berlin. Who do you reckon's taking the QPR job? Gerard. Bet ya, he'll take him up to the Prem. Living off our successes he is. Llama called it. Tactic Guru is in. Yeah, good to have Stinger with us. I tell you what, Stinger, if you're there, we're doing this. We're double pivoting with a cheeky Segundo in there. So we've got two attacking midfielders, one central, one coming from deep, and then an anchorman just trying to like King Canute, just trying to repel opposition attacks. And then we got fullbacks not doing too much, and we got a low block on the go. And it's seen us top of the league. Whilst we're here, by the way, 75 minutes. Let's get the cavalry on. Ernest Llama. Let's get Rooney off. Fedara O'Shea. We need more changes. In fact, we're going to take Fagan Walker off. Let's get Lisa Stansfield over into the right back slot. And we still got one to go. Let's do it in the middle of the park. Let's get Tommy Lee shredding the drums from central midfield. There we go. Oh, Rook's with us. Welcome in, Rook.
Afternoon, everybody.
Rook, you're absolutely right. Headaches do suck. Have you been on the night shift again? Have you had a headache whilst at work? Here's Jebberson. 3 goals in 2 games for young Jebbers. That's the stuff. Take that as well. Take me to the breach involved. Look at that for a ball. Agricultural. And Jebbers through and tucks one away. Beautiful stuff. Pokes. Talking of setups. Enjoying the lights behind you. New edition, very professional. You know me, Pokes. You know me. All about professionalism. And no, Pokes, not new at all. I've had them from the very first stream. But thank you for noticing. Appreciate your attention. Saiz now. Touched wide, 3-0. Game should be done. We'd like the clean sheet. Queen's Park Raisins are massive coloured sands. Welcome into you, sir, by the way. Good to see you.
Afternoon, everybody.
Thoughtsy, what's the latest FM community drama? It's Twitter, innit? Twitter. People complaining. Everybody hates everybody. Everybody's bang average at creating. Everybody's jealous of each other. Everybody's copying each other's videos. Everybody's trying to cancel everybody else. I don't know. I just like to hide out in here, play a little bit of QPR and chat to good people like your good selves. That should have been 4-0 there. That should have been 4-0. Isaac, are we back on the music references? In terms of stream titles, if you're referring to stream titles, we absolutely are. We all have room in our lives for a little bit of One Direction. Whittaker, oh, that's a woeful header. Rook, oh, night off was it? Was feeling better. Then your sinuses started being mean to you about an hour and a half ago. Ugh. Grizzly. 30 shots, 15 on target, extra 3.18. We will take it, boys. Not as ruthless as we would like. 30 shots, 3 goals. I'm not sure that's a great ratio, but we'll keep morale up. 12th league win on the spin. Pokesy, you've only just noticed. Did you know it was me, Pokes? But normally you're enthralled by either the quality of the FM playing or enthralled by the boat race. Pokes, right back at you. Mansfield must have picked up a win, 3-0 for them as well. Okay, we don't increase our lead over second place, but we're looking good. What have Cheltenham just done? They've drawn 0-0 with Harrogate. So we are looking good for promotion. We've got, quick bit of maths. 21 games still left to play. Let's see if we can get this wrapped up. Promotion with 10 games left to play. We're in good form. I think the wobble's coming. We're going to strengthen in January. We're going to try and bring in some young players that don't need to be registered in January. We've got Morecambe next, then some outfit called Carlisle who are down in 17th. Carlisle just seem to follow us, by the way. They got promoted with us, relegated with us, and now I think we might part ways because they look like they could be struggling to get into the playoffs this season. Thortio, you try not to irritate people, but also you do this for fun. So if people irritate you, they get banned, which I think is fair enough. Monkey the Fox showing your age. You thought the title was a My Fair Lady reference to One Direction. We danced all night to the best song ever. We knew every line. And that's as much as I know because I'm not a huge One Direction fan. Is it raining in Spain for next stream? I will try and link next stream's musical reference to whatever kind of form we're in. Ed, you thought MF, you thought My Fair Lady as well. Benjamin, quick question. Here we go. Quick question. Could we check the National League just to see if there are some big clubs checking on your beloved Woking? Well, it just so happens, my friend, that we are back in game now. Let's go then. So we want to find big clubs in the conference and we want a Woking update. Woking playoffs of the National League. Not much changes there then, does it? Bolton are top of the National League. There's a big club for you. Some scoundrels called Yeovil are in mid-table. Oldham still kicking around non-league. Harriers promoted yesterday when they beat Brackley in the playoffs. In real life, that is. Got Port Vale looking to go down to the Vanarama North, by the way. There's a story. Get the Valiants down to the Vanarama North. They were predicted to be 21st, so they're clearly up against it. Not got a great squad. Let's go even lower down. What do we got? Darlow still down there. Kettering relegated down to tier 7 for Kettering in real life. Chester going out of the playable leagues. That would be pretty big news for a former Football League club. We've got the Daggers are down there, but I suppose that's not huge news. Kingstonian, yep, still not up. Kingstonian still not up. Otherwise, no, not any huge clubs down that low. Simon, you're on the top. You're on the top of the league. Benjamin Besma, happy Christmas. Where are we? Oh yeah, 25th of December. Enjoy your turkey and crackers, everybody. Hope you got something nice. Got your Christmas jumpers on. What are we doing? Boxing Day at Morecambe. Yeah, we'll be out on the beach for a little stroll Christmas morning before we get to the Mazuma Stadium. Interesting stuff. We'll send the assistant managers to the press conference. Simon, dream of mid-table in the National. You'll bounce back next season. They only went down so that it would be a cracking Football Manager rebuild. Come on, we all know that. Jackie, how's it going? Pretty well, Jackie. Top of the table. Comfortably so as well. Doing very nicely. By the way, 10 to 2, streaming for 49 minutes. Let's get into the halftime team talk, should we? I think we need to get your opinions on something. We always like to give you a little talking point, see what you want to get chatting about. I'm thinking a lot about my club in real life at the moment. You know, the season's finished. My club of Birmingham City, we survived. I think we survived despite a lot of people's expectations that we were going to get relegated this season, we did some good business in the transfer market, particularly with loan players. We've got some new owners coming in, and I've started to think about, well, what we might like to do to strengthen our club. For me, if I could be in charge of Birmingham's recruitment policy for the summer, my first order of business will be bringing Hannibal Meshbury back in on loan, because by championship standards, honestly, that boy can play. He can attack. He gets down the wing. He creates. He takes set pieces. And my goodness, has he got some of the attributes of a great ball-winning midfielder if Manchester United would let us have him for another season, along with potentially Arsenal letting us have Austin Trusty the Process back for another season on loan as well. I would be delighted, but of course many of you are not Birmingham City fans. You support different clubs, so my question for you this half-time is, who would you like to see your club sign during the summer window within the realms of realism? Now, Simon, I know you're a Yeovil fan. We're not going to have Mbappe and Haaland up front together at Yeovil. Let's keep it relevant to your respective divisions, please. Greeno, you've got a foot in two camps. Who do you want in at Bournemouth? Who are you hoping will pep up performances down at Weymouth? We know that we've got Benjamin here, big fan of Woking, amongst others. Pokesy, I'd imagine Spurs are going to do some shopping. Let us know who you'd like your clubs to sign. KD3. Christian Bielik is an absolute warrior. Sat in front of a back four that was very inexperienced. My goodness, can that boy break up play and start attacks? Considering I think he's done the ACL on both legs now, hasn't he? He's had 2 ACL injuries, one on each leg. He is an absolute superb performer. We would take him back. And seeing as Derby did not get promoted, I would like to think that we might be able to bring him in, maybe permanently. Benjamin, anybody? You need the depth badly. What positions would you make your priority, Benjamin? I used to teach somebody that had a loan spell at Woking. Scored a few goals for them. I bet you'd take him back. KD3, yeah, his injury is high. I think he did them both, didn't he, when he was at Southampton? You know that he is from Legia Warsaw. I did not know that. Obviously, I knew that he was a Pole. I did not know that he was a Legia boy. Well, you know how to produce them at Legia, don't you? By the way, KD3, give me the Robert Lewandowski story. Did he come through at Legia, but they released him? Or did he come through at another club? I can never remember which club he came through at. Jackie, we need young strikers in Milan. What, younger than Zlatan? Younger than Giroud? You'll have a bit of money to buy him with, won't you? Because I reckon Rafael Leao could be potentially moving. That'll give you some cash. You hope Maldini and Pioli do not get sacked, though. Rumours about them getting sacked. I saw them having to have a pitch side meeting, discussion with the ultras in the Curva Sud. What is that about? Managers having to go and answer to the fans. He looked like a boy being told off by some angry ultras. Ed, you're going to go with Florian Wirtz for Leipzig. So Wirtz is at Leverkusen. You're going to be losing Nkunku. Replace him with Wirtz. Good young prospect, Wirtz. Quite like for like there for Nkunku as well. Got no game on Derby not getting promoted. Are any clubs likely to sign Jason Knight? There's always clubs looking to pick off League One players that have done well. I reckon there's going to be a lot of championship clubs, even though they've just got promoted, that are going to be after, is it Langstaff or Longstaff at Notts County? I think there's going to be a few suitors for his services. Dragoon, you hope you get a good price for Bielik, but you think with his injury record you'll be lucky to get anything for him. I don't know. I reckon Birmingham would go in right now and pay $1 million for him. Got through the season pretty much unscathed, touch wood. So we would certainly take him. There was talk that your manager, I can't remember his name, the Rotherham chap, he was going to try and recall him in January, and that honestly could have spelt the end of our season because we don't really have another holding midfielder. He's very good. Jackie, Liao signed a new contract though, so hopefully will not happen. They lost to Spezia at the weekend, so that's why the fans were annoyed. I'm with you. Stephen Mason, by the way, Stephen, welcome in.
Afternoon, everybody.
So you're right, Rafa Liao has extended his contract. Does that mean anything though? Might just mean that they get a bigger fee. Ed, you're going to go for Antonio Silva if you sell Vardiol. Premier League clubs may well be sniffing around. To be honest, you'd say defence, midfield and attack should be fine in goal if the son of a Bolton legend stays. Son of a Bolton legend. Jaskalainen. I'm going to go Jaskalainen. Thoughtsy, if Wolves bring Portuguese to the greater Birmingham area, by the way, Wolves are not in the greater Birmingham area. No, just like... I don't know. Japan's not in Europe. Wolverhampton is not Greater Birmingham. Anyway, what's Birmingham City's cultural impact? Well, we got a Polish player. KD. Okay, here we go. So he was in the Legia youth team. The current director of football preferred old Spanish guy over Lewandowski as he had an injury and he was too skinny. Biggest mistake in the club, I can imagine. Unk in the Fog, you'd settle for Ipswich making George Hurst's loan deal permanent from Leicester. Hoping the Foxes don't go down, otherwise they might keep him. Stephen, you're very welcome. Welcome in. Greeno for Bournemouth, you'd like Kyle Walker. I thought you were going to go Kyle Walker. I was going to say that's a bit of a drop down. No, you'd like Kyle Walker-Peters off the Saints. Maybe Enzo Lafitte on Lorient. Could use a striker too. Eliawahi. Go get Eliawahi. Saying it now. Isaac, second time Eustace's son has come up. We've mentioned him before, haven't we? Dragoon Paul Warne. That's the Badger. Funniest manager you've seen in interviews are always worth a watch. I saw an interview with Paul Warne absolutely tear a journalist apart because the journalist asked why he didn't keep any players on the halfway line for set pieces. Absolutely took him apart. Jackie, you're after a good trequartista, an offensive midfielder, an €175 million clause for Liao has, so only the richest club can get him. Real, they're gonna borrow again. Thoughtsy, you may find it interesting to know that Dominic Calvert-Lewin, age 34, as a target forward, is tearing up the Eredivisie. By the way, Isaac. Never mind tour of how clubs are doing. One time we're going to have to do a tour of who's managing whom. Because even in League 2, we have got some bizarre managers going on here. We've got Paul Heckingbottom currently at the Stags. Graham Alexander at Morecambe, who we're about to face. John Eustace, world's greatest manager, at Northampton Toon. Clarence Seedorf has taken the reins at Notts County, as you do. Some guy at QPR, never heard of him. Paul Hurst in at Rochdale. Brian Stark, yeah. Liam Richardson, yada, yada, yada. Ian Harkin. Jim Bentley, yeah. Standard. I'm sure there was another interesting one. Dean Keats, no. Gareth Ainsworth in at Bradford. There's the other one. Xabi Alonso at Burton Albion. Yeah. What's your career trajectory been here, Xavi? Let's have a look. Sorry, we're not on the right thing here, are we? We need to actually click on him first. Click on him. So we've done Bayer Leverkusen to Luton Town, standard. From Luton Town to Burton Albion. So what's Xabi Alonso currently? He's in the semi-finals of the Europa League, taking on Jose Mourinho at Roma. He's now at Burton Albion. Standard. He'll be up against Clarence Seedorf at some point this season. I'm with you. Isaac, Spurs letting Kyle Walker-Peters go was such a mistake. Jackie, The offensive midfielder would need to be a better choice than Charles de Clare. Not had a great season. Sean, you take Daka off Leicester. Never really got much of a chance, has he? Isaac, Xavi at Burton, I know. If only Football Manager allowed us to sledge the journalists. I know. Thoughtsy, Seedorf at Notts County. What's the world coming to? Sleeping Dragoon. You got Curtis Davis, former Birmingham hero, and James Chester leaving. No. So Curtis Davis's last appearance for the Rams was getting sent off. No. That is harsh. So you're going to need a new centre-back, but no idea who you can get. Thoughtsy, for years now, Alonso has had amazing post-playing careers on FM. Yeah, exactly. At the Brewers. Craig was just going to ask how Seedorf did against Alonso. Shall we have a little look? So we want Burton versus Notts County. The big match. Here we go. It was 2-1 to Burton. So Xavi outwitted Seedorf. Is that Jordan Hugel? Oh, Joe Hugel. There you go. I mean, what a time to be alive when you're at Burton Albion against Notts County. By the way, decent run. Xavi's got them on here. When are we playing the old Burton? What did we do against them? Played them early in the season, 0-0. 0-0. Hey, we whooped Seedorf. We taught Seedorf a lesson. Look at that. 10-1 over 2 games. Have it, Seedorf. We're going to be taking on Xavi Alonso later on in the season. Have we got another game against Notts County scheduled as well? Have we played them twice? Where are you? Oh, there we are. Look. 30th of March. Llama versus Seedorf. Okay, team selection. Been streaming for over an hour. Shall we treat ourselves to a second game? Come on, why not? Rhetorical question. Okay. We're not giving up on the Bobster. Let's get him back in. Come on, Bobster. You got this. What else have we got? Butler Ayadeji's coming back from injury. Still not ready. Sir Harvey of the Nibs. Potentially only 4 weeks away. 4 weeks to 3 months. See how that goes. We're going to bring Okonkwo back in. He had a virus. Fully fit now. I think we get Chancellor Ngoy on the bench, by the way. And do we need to rotate the fullbacks? No, I think we'll be okay. Chancellor Ngoy on the bench. We've got Voicey. Marlene. He's going to stay on the bench. Lisa Stansfield stays on the bench. I'll tell you what, we're going to take Lisa out. Dara keeps his place on the bench. There we go. I'll keep Got No Game happy. Coach Zanko, you absolutely beautiful specimen of a man.
Evening, everybody.
I was enjoying Coach's stream earlier. He's taken African-based Spanish league club Malia from I'm guessing the 3rd tier of Spanish football into La Liga, and he's in the European places, and he streams UK times, kind of like breakfast time at 8 a.m. So if you're ever looking for company at that time in the morning, get into one of Coach Zanko's streams. Apologies, Zanko, apologies. 4th tier now, 4th tier. You wouldn't believe, by the way, that I did a Save Ideas video about Malia with Zealand, would you? No. Completely forgotten what tier they started off in. But it's a great save, and Zanko's managing them superbly. He's qualified. He's into the UEFA Champions League now. So next season, there will be an African club in the European Champions League. That is why we love Football Manager. Whittaker's going to keep his place. Take me to the breach. What's your form like, my friend? An 8, a 6, a 7, 7, an 8. Yeah, take me to the breach. We're developing him quite nicely. League 2 midfielder. Don't like the vision. You can barely see. He's inconsistent as well, but we're working on Breachy. We're working on him. Yes. Yeah. So Zealand and I did that save idea. So yeah. It's a really popular one. Two clubs from an enclave of Morocco playing in the Spanish league, Melilla and Thaoueta. Ceuta to you and I, but Thaoueta, I think, pronounced in Spanish. Probably not, actually. My German pronunciation is my strongest. Yeah, great clubs to manage in Football Manager. By the way, I'm already starting to think about FM24 and what we're going to be doing. We're going to do a cheeky Let's Play. We're going to do a save on stream as well. I'm very excited about it all. Stephen Mason, are they in the city of Thaoueta? You've been there. If the city of Thaoueta that you've been to is an enclave of Morocco, then you're absolutely right. Coach, you don't need to break your tongue for that. You're absolutely right, you don't. What are we going to say as our team tour? Carry on how you played in the last match. Oh, Jebbers is nervous. Poor old Jebbers. Come on then, let's get out there and take on Morecambe. So yeah, you got so there's a very tip of Morocco that kind of stares Spanish mainland in the face. And yeah, there's two teams in that Spanish enclave, Thaoueta and Melilla. Both playable in Football Manager. McNamee, are we making another slightly slow start to a game here? We're not. Fagan Walcott mops up for us. Here is Bugsy Burrows rampaging down the left. Look at him, like a bag full of ferrets rampaging down there. Tries to get the ball to Jefferson. Here is Malachi Boateng to the very impressive Whittaker, I'm going to say. And there is nervous Jefferson. Can't get on the ball. He's going to have another go. He's not. It's headed clear. Take me to the breach. To Whittaker once more. Oh, goodness me.
What a finish! What a goal! What a celebration! What a shot!
I tell you what. That's not a bad little goal, is it? Oh, he's taken it on the half volley and whipped it past the keeper. Goodness me. The Sleeping Dragoon, when is the next Zealand collab? Ask me no questions. I will tell you no lies. 20 minutes in, 5 shots, 1 on target. A beautiful goal from Morgan Whittaker. Set up, by the way. Look at it again. Look at it again. Take me to the breach. Gets another assist. Well done to him. And we're in again here. JWM over the free kick. It's a good effort. Broom sweeps it round the post. Broom sweeps it round the post. You can have that one. Tell your friends. Oh, Bugsy Burrows injured. Whilst I'm here making funny jokes, Bugsy Burrows has got himself injured. He's off at half time. Here's Take Me to the Breach. To Fellows. Long way out. What you got planned here? What you got planned? It's gone all the way, coast to coast. Passes it back to the goalkeeper. Broom sweeps it round the post. I'm pretty pleased with that one, can you tell? Okay. Let's say we want more. And let's make a change at left back because Harrison Burrows is a very important player for us. We'll get Ernie on in his place. Tell you what, not the only player struggling a bit for fitness, is he? Might have to make a raft of changes at around the 65-minute mark. Tallis, please, come on. Brush up on them comedy skills. That's too good, isn't it? Brush up on them comedy skills. That's the stuff. Brush up. Love it, Tallis. Bobster. Poor free kick. Back to the Bobster again. Want to see a bit more from the Bobster. Spent a lot of money from him. He's done very little. Got himself an assist there, though, hasn't he? JWM. The importance of Ernest being able to cover a left back, Stephen. By the way, Stephen loves a pun. Loves a pun. The only person that managed to get a Godfather quote in the comment section of every single episode of The Dobfather. Stephen, doth my cap to you for that. We're looking good now, aren't we? I reckon 60 minutes we can make a couple of changes just for freshness. Take me to the breach for Keanu barefoot and pregnant. Jake Rooney off for Chancel Ngoy. I think we'll make one more and we'll leave one in the tank for later. Dara O'Shea. Change 3 of the back 4 now. We discussed this last stream. My defenders always seem to get the most fatigued. I'm not really sure because I would imagine they do the least amount of coverage of the field. They always seem to get the most fatigued. If you have the answer to that, answers on a postcard, let me know. Rio Ferdinand now. On the break, rolling back the years. Here he goes. He's going down a blind alley here. Back to Buster Douglas. McNamee now. Don't give them a route back into the game now here. Don't do that. Oh, okay. 75 minutes we can make our final change. I think we get Saiss on for Jebbers. Saiss wants to be a striker, essentially. Stephen, check the fullback's distance run per 90 minutes. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's the centre-halves as well, though. The centre-halves are breathing through an iron lung by about 55 minutes. I'm not sure what it is with my tactic that's causing them to work so hard. Said he wanted to be a striker, didn't I? Oh, he's hit that one. Hit that one very hard, hasn't he? He's only been on the pitch a couple of mins. Ngoy, Dara, 2 subs linking up. Malachi Boateng. Long ball, no football played whatsoever. Boom. Morphs through the goalkeeper. 3-0. Have you got a DM that is taking the CB places and making them move out wider? I absolutely could do. That could be my anchor man. I'm not playing a halfback, but that could be my anchor man that's doing that. And Lewis. Boing. Lewis is with us. Welcome in, my friend.
Evening, everybody.
Lewis, if you're just jumping in, you'll have missed the halftime team talk where we're discussing players that we'd like our clubs to sign during the summer. What do the boing baggies need? Do you need a decent striker? Because we'll take Carlin Grant because he's not scored in 12 years, has he? We'll take him. You've got Daryl DK as well. We'll have both of them strikers. You stole a striker from us, by the way, you West Brom fans. You got, who's the double-barreled name guy that you got from Salford? Can't remember his name now. He was all set to join us, and you poached him. He couldn't stay away from Steve Bruce. By the way, our keyboard warriors are going to find out the name of that player. Double-barreled striker moved from Salford to West Bromwich Albion. JB. Goodness me, JB. Welcome in.
Evening, everybody.
By the way, JB, we've just been discussing, teasing FM24 plans there. Is the time ripe, JB, for us to think about Border Adventures, the return? Do we do Sub-Zero Hero 3.0? Brandon Thomas Asante. I knew it sounded like a law firm. Thank you, Lewis. McFly Shaw is in. Welcome in, Craig.
Evening, everybody.
Commiserations, by the way, Craig, for Saturday. That game could not have been closer, could it? When that ex-Tottenham player, I can't remember his name now, when he Panenka that penalty against the bar, I thought you were coming back. I thought you were in. What's his name? Is it Bostock? Is that him? Did he just play for Spurs? By the way, Lewis, think you'll be offloading a few in the summer. Struggling financially, going to be an interesting summer. Welcome to the world of West Midlands clubs struggling financially, by the way. JB, the second best time for Border Adventures 2 is FM24. The first best time is right now. See what you did there? Left myself open to that, didn't I? Isaac, very obscure, but has anybody else seen the sad downfall of... Oh, hang on, here we go. KD3 will help me out with this. Warkash Teodorchik? Warkash Teodorchik. I'm going to commit to it. I have not seen the sad downfall. You're going to have to enlighten us, Isaac Lockett. What's gone on there? Isaac, he was the Polish beast in FIFA. Football us piwo, zdravo, ciao. Is that Portuguese? Have I just done some Portuguese? Zdravo doesn't sound Portuguese to me. It sounds more Croat or Serb. I don't know what I've just said, but it's Serb. It's Serb. I just said sounds more Croat or Serb. Hello. Whoop, 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 whoop. Look at me knowing my languages. Futbalus Pivo, are you from Serbia? If so, welcome in. Let us know whereabouts in Serbia you are from and which Serbian team you follow, because if you've ever seen any of my YouTube videos, you will know that I am a bit of a sucker for a Football Manager save idea. So, I'd love to hear about Serbian football from you. What else we got? Yeah, John Bustock, thank you. Gutted McFly, I'm absolutely sure. Commiserations next season. Are you keeping Cookie in charge, by the way, Craig? Would you keep Paul Cook for another season? JB, the Bostock penalty. What was he thinking? Thoughts he got to be considered a great era for football clubs in the greater Birmingham area. Villa, Forest, Wolves, Leicester, and Carlisle, all in the greater Birmingham area. Stephen Mason, did you see me? Did you see me doing linguistics? Me, little old me, E grade in GCSE German. It was the Ush Pivo bit that made me think Portuguese. But then when I saw the Zdravo, I thought, God, that sounds like that could be from the Balkans. That I called it. It was Serb. And football, you're a fan of. You'll have to forgive me. I'm going to pronounce this in English. OFK Belgrade. Love that. So not one of the big two. Not Red Star. Or, God, what are Red Star called in Serbian? It's like Zredna Kreva or you're not a fan of the Gravediggers either. Partizan. What do they call the Gravediggers? Is that Grabari? Is that Partizan fans? The Grabari? No, you're a fan of OFK. Here we go. Crvena Sredna. Oh, I can't do that football. I can't do that. Crvena Sredna. I've embarrassed myself there. Yeah, Partizan. They're fans of the Grabari, aren't they? The Gravediggers. They had Avram Grant as their manager, didn't they, for a while? Football, I'm glad you're here. You can help me with my with my Serbian pronunciations. We have Poles in here who help me with my Poles. We have Swedes in here that help me with my Swedish pronunciations. I could still do with a Spaniard in here. Brian's in. Welcome in, regular guy.
Afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, I like to chip in and parlay, Brian, wherever I can, you know. So back to OFK Belgrade football. By the way, I don't have Serbia loaded in this save, but would we have them? Let's get into the Serbian Super League, shall we? What do we got? Let's have a look. So your team. So I'm in the year 2029 here. Your team not in the Super League. Are your team not in the playable divisions? I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought OFK were one of the teams that have actually won. You've got Obilic. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong. I thought OFK might have actually won a Serbian title. There they are, look. They've come third. Never actually won one. Is that your stadium? Is that where you call home? 19,000 capacity. The Omladinsky Stadium, Karabuma in Belgrade. Oh, lovely stuff. Oh, I've got catching up to do. Thoughtsy. You were joking, but you have a friend who is a Villa fan who was moaning a few years back that the only Leicester in the Prem. As a whole, Midlands club's doing decent. Yeah, there's some letting us down. JB, Llama, and yourself can run a language course teaching people to speak Border Adventures. You're far more fluent in Border Adventures than I am. Stephen does a bit of Spanish. You hablo a little Espanol, do you? I'm terrible. I'm terrible at my Spanish pronunciations. I can navigate my way around the French leagues pretty well. In Italy, I feel like I do a decent job. In Spain, it's all of the I'm not great with the kind of noises. So this one, I think you say Real Madrid. No, I'm pretty good at this level. It's when we go down, deeper and down. There's a music reference for you. Recreativa de Huelva. I can do that one. Let's find a nasty one that I just can't say. Oh, you see? What are we doing with the L's in the middle of that? Castellon? And the T. Oh, it's the Spanish. It's the Spanish that gets you. Craig, who helps with your English? I'm a natural at the old English. So you've won the cup. Is that right? OFK have won a cup. Let's keep going backwards. Where are OFK? We were just on them a mere moment ago. Oh no, it says they've not won anything. Lewis, it was only Albion at one point for the West Midlands. All right, show off. All right. You'd love winding up Villa and Wolves. How the tables have turned. Stephen, the lisp. I can't. I'm not very good. Not very good. Nigel Laverick, I do wish you'd change your background or at least move positions. Those black diamonds behind you sit either side of your head and make it look like you're wearing Mickey Mouse ears. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks good. The tougher ones in Spain are actually in the Basque region because it's slightly different language. Didn't we find that out, Stephen, when we were doing a save series about Europa? Fortunately, my good friend FM Cheetah, who has just started restreaming on Twitch, I say restreaming, has just started streaming after moving from Australia back to his native Catalonia. He was able to give me a little bit of advice. And some of the way I was pronouncing some of these Catalan players was way off. I wasn't even getting the sounds of the starting letter right. I've had the same in Slovenia with the Dobfather, but fortunately a beautiful man called Coach Zanko rode into my rescue and actually recorded me a video of him saying my entire squad so that I could practice how I was going to say them. Oh, some heroes out there in the Football Manager community. Absolute heroes. Lewis Parry, are there any lower league playable teams from Amsterdam in FM23? There are not. I reckon the closest you're going to get is going to be Haarlem. So if we go to Ajax, or one club city at Ajax, more or less. I think there's other clubs in the kind of amateur leagues like Quick Steps and people like that. But I think, do you spell it like that? Is that right? No, I'm not sure. Not sure how you'd spell it. I think they start off in the second tier. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're an amateur club as well. What's going to be close to Amsterdam? The youth team. Is Helmond close? You boys can Wikipedia this. You certainly got Maastricht miles away. Breda, Krada, no. So no. I don't think you're going to get anything. Almere and Utrecht are close to Amsterdam. Thank you, Sean Paul. Welcome in, by the way. Telstar, where are they from? Velsen Zuid. Zuid South, I think, isn't it, in Dutch? The Hague is where the government sit in Holland. Could count that as a capital. James Harris, by the way, welcome in.
Afternoon, everybody.
Tutoring to do with your cousin later tonight. Do this first. Do this tonight. Send the assistant. Who are we taking on next? Carlisle. Carlisle. What kind of team is that? Who would support that outfit? Split allegiances for some of our viewers now. Oh, look at this, by the way. Up to 24 likes. That's not bad, is it? 24 likes. Get us. Lewis was thinking about Ado Den Haag as a good save. Yes. So if who was it that went there? Was it Alan Pardew? Alan Pardew did a bit of time there, didn't he? In the kind of the administrative capital, as James says. Craig, that's uncalled for. Sorry, Craig. I've besmirched your good name. Is Butler Odejayi back? Is he proper back? He's not. He's still injured. Okay. Tom Stansfield, he's been around the world tonight. He still can't find his baby. I don't know where. I don't know why. Struggling for a left back now, aren't we? Okay, so Ernie's going to have to come in. This is the importance of Ernest being able to play at left back. We've got some tired legs now as well, so Malachi Boateng's going to have to drop out. I've fallen out with Jerry Lawrence. He's got a transfer agreed to Shrewsbury. He started kicking off because he wasn't playing in the right position, so I've binned him off. Where is my other DM? It's Jamie Bowden, still recuperating from flu. Not ideal, is it? Lewis, they're from The Hague. Oh God, Pardew. Yes, nightmares. Especially his dancing at the FA Cup final. What was that about? Jordan Stewart, love the tactic name. We're choosing between the Winoda Rider or the Freddie Prince Jr. And Winoda's doing very well for us at the moment. Welcome in. Good to see you. I've not seen you in the chat before, but you are most welcome. Feel free to let us know where you are in the world and who you support. And if it's a team outside the UK, we are all here for it because we love our continental football. Football, you need the small leagues to play with the least matches. Is that the leagues below tier 2 in Serbia? Craig, sure you hammered us earlier in the season, was hoping the chat would keep you talking. Dragoon, Ernie's in. Stephen Mason, still remember when Pardew practically tried to headbutt a player? Goodness me, yeah, that was when he was at Newcastle. Sean Paul, instead of a Borders series, you could do a twinned town city save. Could do. And Yuri, by the way, Yuri.
Evening, everybody.
Yuri is one of our channel members and pops into the chat on a Monday. Good to see you, Yuri. Hope your weekend was well. We've got some defensive issues here, I think. So we're going to have to bring Keanu barefoot and pregnant in, even though he is not cut out to play this role with tackling of 10, positioning of 7. Can we move Take Me to the Breach over there? Tackling of 12, positioning of 9. That's better, although gets into the opposition area is not what you want on an anchor man. So maybe it might be better if he just actually sits there instead. At least he's going to hold his position. James Harris, do you FPL? You know it, my friend. And just happened to go top of the family league this weekend. Made a late run. I'm just going to ignore playing Football Manager and just check on my phone a little bit. It's very, very tense between me and my brother. He did not spot that this was a double game week for Newcastle and Brighton. So he's snuck back ahead of me in the league. He's 9 points clear of me, but I've got lots of people on a double game week. So we're hoping we might just sneak it at the end. We might just get past him. So yeah, big player. I'm celebrating being top of the family league, by the way. My brother and my dad are in it. Otherwise, it's all of our children. So I'm kind of making out like I'm a guru, and I'm absolutely not. Dragoon, Pardew's little dance was legendary. Football, no problem. It's nice to watch you. Football, great to see you. Jordan, first time in here. You're in Texas, pronounced Jordan. You're a happy hammer. Are you an American happy hammer, or have you relocated from London? Good to see a happy hammer in here. Jarish, you've triple captained Wilson in Dreamland. 2 penalties. Imagine triple captaining him and he missed those 2 penalties. That would have been a small disaster. Hold on 1 second. We're making changes on the hoof. Chancel and Goy can play in midfield. Cool. Chancel and Goy could go and be the anchor man. And then we could put Barefoot and Pregnant into the midfield. That works for me. Does it work for you? Saiz comes in. He's going to go up front for Jebberson. Didn't play well last game. He's a bit streaky, old Jebbers.
Evening, everybody.
Gary Turpie. What a man. He's in on a Monday afternoon. Good to see you. Hope you're well, Mr. Turpie. Should start a Llama Fantasy Premier League next season. Jaris, if anybody's interested in a little bit of competitive fantasy Premier Leagues, I am also in the manager's seat. If those of you don't know, by the way, I run another YouTube channel called The Manager's Seat, a football manager YouTube channel. I run it with Stinger, who was in earlier, and JDFM, who couldn't be bothered to come and support me at all. It's probably working, to be fair. And I am sixth in the manager's seat league. Gary Turpie, who's just popped in. I'm seeing Terps, you're in 9th. Unlucky. JDFM, 21st. If anybody is interested in competitive fantasy Premier Leaguing or just chatting about it, get yourself into the Manager's Seat Discord. Bear with me just one moment. Let's go into Discord now. Apologies, you can't see what I'm up to here, but I'm typing away here over on my other screen. We're going to get you a cheeky little invite. And if you're not part of the Manager's Seat Discord channel, well, why the dickens not? Because nearly 7,000 people are. Why wouldn't you want to be one of them? We're just copying the link right now. This is where we find that we've made all of this effort. And then, my own chatbots won't let me post links. Oh, no, it will. It will. If you follow that little link in the chat, you too can be part of the Manager's Seat Discord. And why wouldn't you want to? Joshua Brown. We should name a tactic after Petar Musa. Joshua Brown, you know as well as I do. We only name our tactics after 80s and 90s celebrities. We're a stickler for it. Football, maybe you will get an idea of while enjoying videos. I've got a lot of save idea videos. Jordan, born and raised in Texas. Whereabout are you in Texas, Jordan? We got relatives over there. Sean Hammond. Sean. He's found a fellow happy hammer. Or unhappy hammers in Sean's cases. You're not a big Moyes fan, are you? Wolf Tracks, top of the league. We're taking on Carlisle. This is going to be, what, the third, maybe even fourth game of the stream? Be impressed. Welcome in, Wolf, by the way.
Evening, everybody.
So Jordan, yeah, I well, not my family, but Mrs. Llama's brother and sister-in-law. They live near Dallas. I can't remember the name of the place. I don't listen that much when Mrs. Llama speaks. But yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I've got family not too far from where you are right now. McFly, you're sure Johnny has just got Welsh players in his team? It's not helped him. Gary Turpie, things are all good here. Very good here, Terps. Having a lovely little stream. Just breaking up my working day by streaming. Got to pick a team talk. Don't let the fans down. No response whatsoever. Okay, Craig, brace yourself. Brace yourself. We're taking on Carlisle. By the way, Craig, your striker missed a chance last night, didn't he, against Bradford? I thought it was easier, but it was easier to score than miss. TaylorMade Gaming's in. Spencer.
Evening, everybody.
Welcome in. Good to see ya. Saw you were out and about over the weekend with a cheeky bit of Abergavenny. Was that right? I see that on Twitter. PM is with us. Guessing Mrs. Llama does not watch the stream. She does not. Her interest in football is fledgling, shall we say. Her interest in Football Manager is non-existent. She used to quite enjoy the intros to Island Dreams, if you've ever seen that series on YouTube. If not, it's on there. It's probably my best series ever. So she used to watch the intros where I'd be wearing fancy dress, but no. Shaving foam, tuxedos, that kind of thing. She's not a fan of actual watching the dots run around on screen and me yelling at them. Absolutely unacceptable. Morgan Whittaker has had some kind of crisis of confidence. So what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? We can do this. We can get Whittaker off the pitch. No. What are you doing now? Don't be silly. Bobster and Saiz rotate. Then we can get Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson both up front. Saiz wasn't playing well anyway. Take Me to the Breach has not played well at all. So let's get a less than fully fit JWM on. What about the chance that hit the bar? What a goal that would have been, indeed. Who was your striker, Craig, by the way? You got him on a free from Leeds, they were saying during the commentary. I think it was Lee Hendry doing the co-commentary. Yeah, what's that striker's name? He looked good, but that was a good chance. TaylorMade. Beautiful Abergavenny. Son, dare to come out for Wales for once, so you thought you'd get out. Quite right. Wolfie. The gaffer gets to the top of the league off stream, and then the lads play a nothing 0-0 draw under the lights. I know, and it's going to be really disappointing if we don't score, Wolf, because we've won 13 games in a row in the league. I think we've won about 17 games in a row. I don't want it to come to an end against Carlisle, which is why I gave them the rocket at half time. And that's why I've rotated my striking options for the second period. Here we go. Josh Hedges is in.
Evening, everybody.
Morning, afternoon, Josh. Another North American joining us. A North American gooner, no less. As we're getting our way to 70 minutes here, nothing is happening. This, by the way, is when you think about bringing in the Freddie Prince. We need a little something here. Oscar Bob struggling for fitness now. I feel like the boys are just getting a bit tired. We'll demand more. It's not happening here, though, is it? And it's actually an attacking throw-in for Carlisle. Okonkwo comes and saves it. Bowls it out to Llama. And here's Saiz. Can he beat a man? He can't. He's checked back. Back to Fagan Walcott. Here we go. Have you got a ball through to the forward players? The Bobster might. Oh, Bobster. Oh, that's such poor play. Ngoy. Back to Fagan Walcott. Into Ngoy again. That's another pull ball. John Beresford brings it down at the age of 63. We're coming again. Oh, the ball's just not sticking. And in fact, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in real trouble. Oh.
Do I not like that? So
Should we stamp that suboptimal? Ah, the long streak of wins is going to be blighted by a big red dot. Isaac, I don't know what it is with the players. I mean, I'll show you the training after this, Isaac. We do train a lot. Oh, okay. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? It's all just fresh legs, isn't it, really? Bobber, absolutely useless performance. We can do this. We can certainly do that. We can do that. And we can do a little bit of that. And just the merest soupçon of that. We could do that. And even that. And then we could do that. And potentially a cheeky bit of that. Because we need to try and fire our way back into this game. I don't even just want a point, to be brutally honest, because we won 16, 17 games in a row. I want to keep that run of greens continuing. And we're not going to do it, are we? We've been well and truly snuffed out. Carlisle have done precious little, but they've done more than us. Ah. Renix, still playing attributeless. I may as well be after that performance. I'm embarrassed. Shameful. Well, it's a 1-0 defeat, but I'm going to tell them it's shameful. It's all about perceptions. We've got some fines that we can give out there as well. I mean, we're still 7 points clear of second. We're still almost 20 points clear. 17 points clear of Cheltenham. But it's more that it's ruined that run. The run. We were so green. And then we've gone and blown it. We've only gone and blown it. Oh, were all of those consecutive wins a club record? I think they were. The record was 11 and I think we hit 12 at Northampton. Dag nabbit. Dag nabbit. Training, Isaac, training. All right, don't. All right. I train the boys pretty hard. So I fill up every single slot plus games. But if I try and find, all right, it looks bad. It looks bad. But let me try and find a week where I can put in my training. Here we go. So, in fact, no, that's not helped at all. Let's actually go to the schedules. Look at the intensity of them. There's only one day, really, where everyone's training hard. And when we're playing midweek, that gets cancelled anyway. So we're making use of every slot. But a lot of it's just like team bonding, which is like, I don't know, we go 10-pin bowling. Or it's kind of like teamwork, which is, I don't know, just raft building or something. So it's not like I'm working them hard. I'm just utilising every single session. But McFly, players are tired and trying to play those hopeful passes, aren't they just? And we've got Wycombe Wanderers in 4 days as well. How are Wycombe doing? Oh, they're just outside the playoffs. Sutton have snuck into the playoffs, by the way, one of our old clubs. And, Xabi Alonso could be getting automatic promotion. I still think we're going to win the title by an absolute distance. I'm just a little bit irritated because we were on such a good run and it's been ruined. Dragoon, going to be cheeky, but Llama is the original fraud. I think you're absolutely right. Need some rest sessions, or even better, get the knackered ones for 2. I know, but I like to work them hard. Maybe I need a training schedule that's kind of like my Christmas, New Year's schedule with more time off. Because look at these defenders and how tired they are. It's one to think on. Do I admit it's a failing? Yes. Am I going to do something about it? Possibly not. But it means that things stay moderately exciting, ready for our next stream, don't they? Thank you to everybody that has joined us for this afternoon's little FM Fest. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it out loud. I've had a fabulous time. Spirits are high now that I've left teaching for the second time. There's a jubilant mood in the air at Llama Towers. But honestly, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good if you people didn't come here Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m. UK time and come and join us for a little bit of FM fun. It is honestly an absolute privilege to have your company. We're going to be back on Wednesday. It's going to be 1 p.m. UK again. And I look forward to seeing all of you. I might even try and play a little bit more off stream. And who knows, on Wednesday, we might just be in a position where we can seal promotion. So I'll see you then.